What is up, sexy people, amazing people watching my video? Today we are going to learn the Hookup 101. We're taking Hookup 101 on YouTube, and we're going to learn how to have hookups, how to do hookups better apparently, and yeah, it's going to be awesome and amazing. So let's do that, and then we can go hook up and it'll be cool. Before I get into this video, I will express my opinion of hookups. I think if you want good sex, then hookups are not your answer to that. Hookups are awkward sexual situations in which most of the time you are just getting yourself off selfishly. Your partner is doing the same thing. It is partnered masturbation, if you will, and it does nothing for you. In fact, it is probably more detrimental to your psychology because sex is a connecting experience, and if you try to remove that from sex, you can in your head, but you cannot in your biology. Your biology is always sending out those signals, those hormones that are connecting you to that person. So you're creating this discrepancy between what you're perceiving the sex to be and what your body is knowing the sex to be. So that's my opinion right up front, and so we're gonna learn how to have hookups because, you know, maybe I'm wrong about that, and this video will illuminate me and change me, but I am extremely biased, so just warning you before going into this video, I guess.
If you are new here, I am Chelsea. I upload videos twice a week, every Sunday and every Thursday.
Twice a week? That's a pretty good deal, but you know, if you subscribe to me, you get videos daily. And that's a better deal, and I'm working extremely hard to keep up with that, but you know, I do it for you, okay?
Today I'm sitting down to share with you guys my top 5 tips to ensure that you do have a successful hookup and you won't fail at it. Now, yes, I have been known to hook up maybe once or twice with a couple guys, 3, 4, 5.
What that tells me is that she has had not that great sex in her life. Because, you know what, if you are hooking up with strangers, random people, it's a one-night thing, you're never going to see them again, how can you possibly tell them and express to them exactly what you want and need in a relationship, and also have the, I guess, lack of shame to just be completely free of insecurity and anxiety in that situation and just own it and be completely present in the experience? For, I would say, probably 99% of people in the world, probably even more than that, there will be insecurities, there will be anxieties that go into having sex because everyone wants to perform well and everyone is watching porn and getting their sex tips from that, and you know, they feel like they don't stack up because their penis isn't 18 inches long, and you know, they can't last 50 minutes in bed for an entire scene with 80 different sex positions. You get the point. So if we're insecure and we're anxious about these things, how can we possibly have amazing sex if we're not totally immersed in the experience and our mind is wandering and thinking about things like, am I doing this right? Do they like what I'm doing? Does my body look good? If you're with someone you love and know and have gotten to know and connected with, then these things will go away. And that's the beauty of sex and relationships, and that's why sex is going to always be better if you're in a relationship, given that the relationship is a communicative one and one that you have talked about sex and have expressed your sexual desires with that person, and you've had that time to connect and grow together. So yeah.
Number 1, be clear with what it is that you want. If you only want to hook up, let that person know. If you are not clear with your intentions, and vice versa, you're wasting your time as well as the other person's time.
Yes, you should be upfront about what you want. You should tell the person you're talking to, I only want to have sex with you and nothing else. I don't care about you at all. I just care about getting myself off. If that is your intention with sex, then yes, you should express that to someone. It should not be your intention in sex if you want better sex. If you want to just bang as many people as you can, because that's cool, because someone's going to be like, awesome, dude. Maybe you'll get like a high five or something, and you'll feel good about yourself finally. if that's your goal, then go for it. But yeah, be honest and say, you're just a number to me, and we're just gonna bang. I don't really care how you feel about it. It's gonna be cool for me, I guess. But really, it's not. So.
With that being said, don't go up to them and say, hey, listen, I want to fuck, okay? Because that's going to get you nowhere. Tell them, be like, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I just want to have fun.
So you have to be clear with your intentions. However, you have to be unclear and kind of subtle about your intentions. So, don't just come out and say, all I want is sex, but do it in a way that's going to trick them and make them think that it's nothing more than just sex, but it's still just sex. We'll probably learn about how to do that later. Let's just keep watching.
Text them like fucking yesterday, you guys. Don't be that person who waits around and thinks I am not gonna be the first to text because I'll seem clingy. Seriously, you guys, just go for it. You have nothing to lose. Chances are you'll never see this person again.
Yeah, I agree. Take action. If you want something with someone, then it's kind of your responsibility to go do that and make it happen. And so don't wait and play these games. I feel like there's so much dating advice out there that is just kind of designed around this game of like you have to do all these right things and say all these right things, and then there's like a timing in all these certain things you have to do. And wouldn't the best person to date be someone that you don't have to do these things with, that you can ask them to do something that you want to do and they also want to do it because you actually have something in common, and that is just going to like you for you and not this kind of facade that you're creating of this like coolness, and that you're playing the game somehow and making them wait and doing these kind of manipulative things, in my opinion. Don't do that. Just be yourself, and yeah. But still, you need to take responsibility. Also, the mindset of whatever, I'll never see this person again, is kind of troubling because sex is a very special experience, and you shouldn't make it this casual encounter that means absolutely nothing with someone that you don't care about at all. That is not healthy at all for anyone. So don't do that, and if you have that mindset, then change that.
Number 3, now this should be a cardinal rule that everyone has to follow, male or female, doesn't fucking matter.
Alright, you heard it here, male or female, doesn't matter. This is a cardinal rule for hooking up. Don't break this rule, or she's gonna come hook up with you, and the sex won't be that good.
Do not let the conversation die because you make it awkward or uncomfortable. Essentially what you want to do, you want to impress that person not only with your looks, you want to impress them with your word game as well.
First, let me address the cardinal rule of hooking up. Don't be awkward. Okay. Dang, and all this time I thought I had to be awkward to hook up with people. I'll just stop doing that because I didn't know that I shouldn't be awkward, but now I do. But on to the next thing. You need to provide something more than just your looks. You need to be a good conversationalist. Okay, this is very problematic, and my inner psychologist is feeling quite badly about this, and the predicament of people in this modern era of social media and hookup culture. I'm going to have a chat with you guys about this. I'm going to be your psychologist just for a moment, okay? Now I know that you think that looks are your number one most important attribute in order to attract people and just go on your everyday life, but I'm here to tell you that they are not. And these superficial things that for the most part you can't change should not define you, and they don't define you. What they do is they define your status on social media. But we, as a society, I think, have been equating too much social media to real life. In real life, what matters is your personality, who you are as a person, your integrity. Of course it'll make life easier. Yes, that is an unfortunate thing. But it is not the number one factor in who you are. Now, hookup culture, of course, appearance is number one, and people that are living through the social media era that we are in now and have grown up through it, yes, looks appear to be number one, and that is horrible because it is something that you cannot change. It is something you were born into. Whereas your personality and who you are, what really defines you, should be what people are judging you on. But unfortunately, the internet has created this beast of vanity. It's not healthy for anyone. Listen, you are more than just your looks. No matter what the internet and no matter what this hookup culture is trying to tell you, you are more than that. You are so much more than that. And it is not the most important thing. Looks, there is so much more to life than looks, okay? So as your psychologist, just focus on being the best version of yourself that you can be. Personality is far more important. So going off of that looks thing again, of course it is the most important thing in hookup culture, because what else do you have to measure someone than their looks if you're just meeting them to bang? So it's just this totally twisted version of what life really is, where sex should be this bonding experience between someone you're connected with. And yes, of course, looks have a big factor in that, but it is not the end-all be-all. There still needs to be some compatibility, some connection. If you want to have good sex, if you want to have better sex, there needs to be that connection aspect to it. Trust me, there does. It can't just be two attractive people banging. It's like that old saying, I don't remember it exactly, but it is something along the lines of, show me the most beautiful woman in the world, and I will show you a man that is tired of sleeping with them. Because sex is more than just outward appearance. When it comes to hookup culture, that seems to be all that matters.
Now, I've mentioned this time and time again in past videos. Be yourself. Acting differently than the person that you genuinely are will only lead to a false connection. Even if you're not looking for a connection after you have sex with them, it might be a one-time thing.
Oh yeah. There we go. Perfect tip right there. Be yourself. That is all you need, really. Be yourself, and yeah, that'll get you more places than any other tip this video could probably give you.
Do not go about it being someone that you aren't. It all comes out with the connection. Even if you are hooking up with a person just one time, it comes out. You find out that you're not the person you were in real life when you're being intimate. The intimate you and the daytime life you, two different people.
What does this mean exactly? The intimate you and the daytime you are two different people. So on the one hand, she says be yourself because you don't know where that connection will take you, even if it's just one time you have sex. But didn't she say earlier that you won't ever see this person again because it's just a hookup and who cares? So I think she's actually onto something in that every time you have sex with anyone, you're creating a connection with that person. And we cannot just easily destroy that connection and forget it ever happened. It does happen because sex is a special thing. And not just special, I'm not just saying special because it's like sex is special. I'm saying the body treats it as a special thing. You release a lot of hormones, bonding hormones. It takes your brain on this incredible journey. It does all these crazy things to you biologically. It is a special thing biologically. So we cannot just get rid of that and say, I don't want all of that baggage. I just want to have the fun pleasure part and none of the things that are added onto it. But unfortunately you can't, and I think even she kind of realizes that you can't in admitting that you should be yourself because you don't want to create a false connection. I mean, what would that be if you're not intending to create a connection anyway because you're just trying to sleep with a stranger and never see them ever again? You get what I'm saying? It's a little contradictory.
In order to hook up with someone, you have to meet them. Am I wrong? You want to avoid waiting days, even weeks. So the longer that you wait to meet them, the lesser of a chance that you will hook up with them. In some cases, maybe you went into this with the intent of hooking up, but you just wind up really enjoying one another's company and it actually blossoms into something more than that one-time hookup.
The timeline for having sex with someone should be get to know them, go on a couple dates, however many dates you need. If it's just one date and you are just super compatible and you're really great around that person, you could have sex then. But it should be get to know the person on a deeper level than just, hey, you want to bang? And then get to know them and see if you are compatible in any other way. Because what is this doing for you? It's shifting the timeline into something that it shouldn't be. You're forcing this sexual encounter when you really should figure out if you're compatible with that person and you like that person before embarking on this extremely vulnerable experience that sex is. It's just so much better for your psyche to kind of feel more comfortable in the sexual experience rather than going in blind. But I guess we've come to the point in society where who cares? I'm just going to bang anyone because sex has no meaning whatsoever. Unfortunately, your biology disagrees with that sentiment and you can't get rid of that. There are some exceptions, some outliers that just have no shame, that don't care about sex at all. And honestly, it's kind of sad. Sex should be a more special thing where you're experiencing it with someone you actually like and you're getting to know someone before you just jump into that.
Now, I completely and 100% understand that you want to hook up with this person and maybe vice versa. When you do meet this person face to face, don't jump at them and just like go into it having sex. Essentially, with this last point, what I'm trying to say is do not make the person that you want to hook up with feel like a piece of meat and essentially that you're using them.
Isn't the goal of hooking up with someone to kind of make them your piece of meat to get off? Because if you're not building a connection and you're intending on ditching this person, never seeing them again, then aren't they just a piece of meat to have sex with? I mean, it's kind of contradictory, and I guess I don't fully understand the goal of it. To me, it's just kind of partner masturbation, and it's a little bit weird, it's not healthy, and yeah, don't do it. So what have we learned from this video? We've learned, don't be awkward, be upfront with your intentions, treat people like meat, but also don't treat people like meat. And yeah, that looks are your number one thing, and if you don't look good, then you will never get anything that you want in life because, you get a like on your picture if it looks good, so that's all I have to offer. So I'm just gonna only care about looks. I wish I could change society and make everyone realize that casual sex is not the way to have better sex life or better life in general, or meet people, or whatever your goal is. Sex is always going to be better with someone you know and trust because you can lose yourself and get out of your head and just have an amazing sexual experience where you are present in that moment and enjoying it and loving it. Whatever, I've said enough during this video and you get the point. I will leave you with one more pleading that looks aren't the only thing you have to offer. You are so much more than that. And also, if your intention is just to hook up with people, then you're going about this all wrong. And your sex life will be not as good because of it. I watch these videos so that you don't have to, and I try to give you the best information I can. And it's a tough job sometimes, but someone on YouTube's got to do it, and if I can be that person for you guys, then I will make that sacrifice. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, ask me about anything, and I will be there in the comments to respond to anything to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching. I extremely appreciate it. And until next time, good luck hooking up, but then again, don't do it, so I guess not good luck hooking up. See you in the next video, hopefully. Bye, guys.